Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to today's live. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny, and manifesting the life you desire. I hope you're all doing well today. Happy full moon in Taurus. Welcome to this session. I hope this session brings you some peace, brings you some clarity and comfort if needed. And as mentioned, it's the full moon in Taurus today. I think I'm based in the UK, so obviously it peaks differently for all of us. I think it was this morning in the UK, but we're tapping into the grounded Taurus energy. It's a beautiful sign ruled by the planet Venus, and Taurus energy, as it's so grounded, it's obviously the element of earth, can help bring clarity, stability, and full moons are always a great time for renewal and also for bringing an extra oomph and power to our manifestations. Let me know if anyone's done it. I can just see Shruti there saying, I was going to just ask if anyone done any special rituals. Shruti says, today is a perfect day to charge crystals. As usual, if you would like a free reading, just click the link in the pinned comment. You'll be added to the list. Wait for your name. I'm using the Guardian of the Night Tarot today, and if anyone, when you ask your question, if you would like a Moonology card, just to celebrate and honour the Taurus full moon energy, just include that alongside your question as a kind of bonus oracle card. A reminder of how I read, so I'm an energy reader, tapping into your energy, your situation, so please provide as much context about your situation. If you're talking about other people, what do they mean to you? Who are they? Are they a partner, a husband, a love interest, you know, or whatever, family member, whatever that person may be? Make that clear. Like I say, it helps me to connect to your energy. I don't do yes no questions. I don't do general readings or timelines, so please also bear that in mind. But let's get to it. I'm going to grab the list. Ooh, make some moon water. Says Namira. TB, my love, you are first. Please go ahead and post your question. I'll be closing the list soon, guys, so if anyone is watching, would like a reading, let me know. Like I say, this time when asking your question, just include like a little bit at the end if you would like a Moonology card as well. If not, that's totally fine as well. You might just want the tarot and that's sufficient. So TB asks, I know you're probably tired of me asking. Not at all, Tia, never ever. And also, you know, if the energy becomes stagnant, please trust me that I'll always feed that back to people that I read for. I have done in the past. I say, you know, we've looked at this enough. The energy doesn't feel right to continue reading. I'll always let people know. So don't ever think that, Tia. An update on the Pisces energy actions towards me. He read my message requesting to talk in person. And nothing more since then, Tia. Are we at a standstill? Let me know if you want a Moonology card or if you don't. Either is fine. Let's check in with this Pisces. Seven of Wands, defensive energy here. They're in self-protection mode. They've got their hackles up. They're feeling defensive. It could be something that's going on outside of this connection as well. It's just because there's more than one person here. It's like a situation, a circumstance, family, work situation. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. feeling backed into a corner. This is their energy. This is Pisces feeling backed into a corner. And Seven of Wands is, yeah, it's like a cornered animal, if you think of that. So this will make it quite tricky for you, Tia, to connect with them in an honest way at this time, I think, because they're in such defensive mode. So they're really quite closed off. I don't know what's brought them to feeling this level of defensiveness and pressured, because I don't think that's come from you. It could just be a headspace, you know. I know in the past that we've seen, I was looking back at old readings actually, and it came up about them that they were doing quite a lot of shadow work, and that there was some stuff coming up for them. So it could be in relation to that, or it could be something that's actually happening, you know, like I say, with family, with financial. But I don't feel like that pressure, you know, it never has, I feel like, come from you. But what it is doing, how it's affecting you in this connection, is it's closing them off and it's making them somewhat unreachable. I'll get all the cards I can get. So that's where they're at here. You'll have to wait this out for them to soften. Yeah. The uphill battle that you're in, the struggle that you're in with this Ten of Wands, two salmons fighting to go upstream. It's somewhat of an uphill battle. We're still in this together. Interestingly, energetically, Ten of Wands does mark change, does mark an end to the struggle, being able to put a burden down. So hang in there, hang on, let them work this out, but they're not open to, their heart is closed. They're not open to fixing this, to mending this. Like I say, they're like a cornered animal. Let's get your moon question to close this out here. This full moon. Set your intention, set your manifestation today, Tia, about the outcome that you want. I would advise that. Ooh, be bold and make the first move. Take how that resonates. This could be in relation to, I mean, it could be something completely different, not about this connection, okay? This is just a separate oracle card coming through for you. Maybe further down the line, this kind of energy will be needed for you to be bold in some ways. If you feel like this is in relation to the Pisces, like I say, could be in relation to something else. I'm reading these Moonology cards separately. Like I say, right now, I feel like the timing is off. I don't think you should reach out to them or should be bold right now, because I feel like that they're closed off and you would just get snapped at, or you would just get, you know, no response. But maybe further down the line that will change. Hope that resonated here. That's not how I interpreted that message to you. I would go back and re-watch that, because that's not how I interpreted that message. So Sanice, my love, you are next if you want to go ahead and post your question. And then we have Sruthi. I'm just going to close the list now, actually, before I carry on. I'm going to update the list as well because there's a few more people who have been added. Okay, Denise says, sorry, I'll just post the updated list. Is that everyone on the list? Okay, there's the final list, guys. Okay, thanks for your patience. Denise, this is for you. Denise says, what's something amazing I don't see coming? So what spirit, how I read the tarot, obviously it's not going to, it will tell maybe the area and where something good, something positive, change is coming. Nine of Wands. This is telling you, this is about not giving up on something, Denise, where you will be able to get some closure on something and complete something that you've struggled with, I feel like, for some time, because Nine of Wands is about when we're feeling kind of weary about something, burnt out, maybe you've got a lot of doubt going on. And the Nine of Wands is Wands is fire, okay? So it tells you not to give up on this, to continue to fight for this, and that you will, really the promise that you will succeed and you will see change and you will get a win from this. So apply this to what area of life, obviously, because this is quite an open-ended question. But if you, those feelings of struggle, and that you've maybe made several attempts at this and it hasn't worked out, or the progress is slow, and the Nine of Wands is like almost like that last attempt, like that kind of do or die energy of not giving up and being dogged and being persistent and fighting on and going in for another round and actually succeeding. Because what comes after the nine, sorry, I can't speak, what comes after the 9 is the 10. And that's like a completion of this cycle, being able to put down the struggle, being able to put down the burden and having a win of sorts in that way. And then after the 10 becomes an ace. Yeah, the ace is a new beginning. You're able to move on from something. Let's take your Moonology card. Maybe it will, you know, you're asking for something amazing. It's something that maybe you thought you would never succeed in, and then it finally kind of happens. You finally have this breakthrough. And your full moon message? You are good enough. It's a beautiful message. So maybe that aligns with this self-doubt that you were feeling about in that area that you're trying to succeed in. And it says, you know, this can happen for you. You are good enough. You do have what it takes to make this happen. I hope that resonated. So next up we have Sruthi, my love. Please go ahead and post. We have Sruthi and then we have Katana. So if you both want to post, just so we can keep things moving. Just tweaking my new winter setup that I've got here. My decor that I've switched out. We're not officially in winter actually, but I feel like now Halloween is over that we needed a switch up from the fall. So I hope you like it. So Sruthi asks, hi Seer, I'd like some insight into a man I feel drawn to. Not because of his looks, but some energy that I feel. He's an artist, quite successful, but also introverted. How interesting. We are from different cultural backgrounds, okay, and I don't think he knows I exist. I'm curious about the nature of our connection and whether it's something meaningful for me to explore, sure. Because I have had those intense connections with people that don't even last a day. Could you please look into this energy between us and any guidance the cards have for how I might approach the situation? No problem. The more detail, the better, Shruti. Thanks, Katana. I see you. I'll read for you after Shruti. Okay, let's have a look at this energy around this connection. Ooh, the High Priestess, a major arcana. So this tells me, you know, that the energies are more potent here and that Major Arcana always says to me that, you know, this does have the potential, this is kind of a big deal, yeah? The High Priestess is about trusting your intuition, and this is something that you can tap into and trust. The High Priestess is always about being able to see beyond the veil, Sruthi, okay? So what you are, maybe why this connection has come about, that even though this is early days and how someone can present themselves, you feel like a connection on a deeper level, which is really about a way of seeing beyond the veil. What I mean by that is understanding people, connections, situations on a deeper level, and not just believing and seeing what we see on the surface and the 3D. Yeah, and it has a very kind of spiritual aspect to this. And I feel like that you have this power as the High Priestess. You are the High Priestess. And you really can follow and trust your intuition on that. And you don't have to see kind of, you know, the facts and figures, if that makes sense, in the here and now. Follow that energy. Where will it take you? Let it lead you somewhere. It does say follow this energy with this person and see where it takes you. We've got this magic here that I'm conscious of. And it's time to, the High Priestess is all about leaning into that and not letting, you know, the harsh reality of the 3D in some ways put you off or listen to that logical voice. This is more just about, we're all going on vibes here and that's okay. And really believe in and trust in yourself that you feel this drawn to this person for a reason. and that's important, and that's enough. You don't need evidence, I think is what I'm trying to say. So I hope that makes sense. One more, and then I'll read pull your Moonology card. Oh, Ten of Swords. I feel like we've had this before. Again, in the recent past for you, Suthi, which is interesting. I don't know if it was a love question then, but this is about the end of suffering, which is nice. So this feels like this person could be connected to that, a new start, because what comes after the 10 is an ace, and the 10 of Swords is past disappointments, hurts, betrayals, losses. I know you've had a lot of difficulties with relationships, friendships, family, even, like across the board, matters of the heart. Yeah, it's been a rough ride, it's been difficult. 10 of Wands says the worst is over. It's time to start something new. It's time to start something fresh. Maybe that's what you're picking up on, that this person can offer you that new beginning, something different, something fresh. So believe in this, trust yourself, follow this, follow the vibes. Moonology card for the Taurus full moon. Ooh, interesting. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Take how that resonates for you, Shruti. Okay, moving on. We have Katana. So Katana, I'll just go back to your question. Katana asks, what spirit wants me to know that is coming up this Christmas season towards me in love? I am single. Sure thing, Katana. Who or what is coming through for Katana in love? So in order to get what we want with the Four of Pentacles, we have to take some risks and we have to get out of our comfort zone. Can you see how all these, I mean, it looks like there's a fox in a rabbit hole actually. But how I always kind of see this card is that everything's kind of underground. And it's resisting that urge maybe to hibernate or to close off or recluse. And because we're kind of at, maybe things are, we're kind of at, we've built some security for ourselves. We've created a safe space, which is nice and it's a good thing. But there's something about the Four of Pentacles is about if we really want to get what we want, which is a love connection, from what you're saying, Katana, is to find love and go for that. And that can mean the Four of Pentacles would suggest, stepping out of your comfort zone, be that, socially, getting yourself out there, going on dates, online dating, however it looks like for you, in order to bring this through for you. That's the way that we're going to find it. I mean, a Christmas period, a seasonal period, can be quite a good time as well because there are more parties and more things like that going on. But if not, what are ways that you can do to push yourself to find this love if you really want it and seek it? It can be even about manifesting, and that can be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone to challenge your mindset, to challenge your belief system about how this love can come through for you and if it's going to happen and if it's available. That could be another way that we can challenge ourselves. It doesn't have to be if we're already being social, if we're already getting out in the world, then maybe it's time to look and reflect on our mindset and see if there's any limiting beliefs there that we can dig into. Major Arcana Strength. Maybe having a thick skin around setbacks and being courageous and being strong. Again, this kind of matter of the heart here. I don't know if there's heartache katana from the past. So maybe it will take a lot of strength from you. It can take a lot of inner strength to try again if we've had disappointments or we're not sure if this is going to happen for us, because it involves, looking for love and trying out different relationships. It does involve really being quite courageous and taking a lot of risks and things not working out maybe, but continuing, carrying on going. It takes a lot of strength to find that. And that's not many people maybe talk about that, about how much effort in some ways it can take to find what you're looking for, and how many, that frogs really that you might have to kiss in order to meet your prince. Let's see what the Moonology card says. Your full moon, so this is just your full moon message. Ooh, show the world the real you. It's interesting. So that could be, again, about stepping out of your comfort zone, about maybe if you are introverted or shy katana or struggle with this. Many of us do, most of us do, about being the real you and not trying to be maybe the perfect girlfriend, the perfect partner, but instead being a little bit more honest and real about who we are and what we want. Few messages there, so I hope that resonated, Katana. Keep us posted. Thanks, Samreen. I see your question. And then we have Anshuman. I'm not sure if Anshuman is here, but if you want to go ahead and post. Samreen says, my mum has found a match for me. I will be meeting him today. Oh my goodness, on the full moon, no doubt, as well. What's the energy? How will it go? Let's have a look. How do you feel about it, Samreen? Are you excited? Are you nervous? I know you've got the pilot, so is that a conflict? Let's have a look. Spirit, please bring through a message for the energy surrounding the meeting today for Samreen. Ooh. Okay. So don't be afraid to walk away from what no longer serves you or what is no longer emotionally fulfilling. And the question to ask yourself, Samreen, is what does this meeting will make you feel? Interestingly, I feel like it will make you feel quite strongly one way or the other that in moving towards this, we're walking away from something currently that feels emotionally unfulfilling, and this feels like a good opportunity. Or it could be that you get a strong kick that this is not going to be enough for you. So I feel like, I'll pull one more card, but I feel like that you'll have a strong feeling either way, that you won't come away from this unbiased, if that makes sense, or unclear. I feel like you will feel clear one way or the other that this means, yes, this is an opportunity. Are you feeling emotionally dissatisfied where you are now? Samreen says, I'm following your advice, not keep my eggs in one basket. Yes, until I have ring on my finger. Awesome. I'm leaving matters to the universe to bring what's best. Sounds just the best attitude, Samreen, ever. I love this. Just keeping options open. Okay, tell me more, Spirit. Can you tell me any more about, will this meeting feel like an opportunity for Samreen? Oof. Again, you'll get a strong, the High Priestess, you will get a strong gut feeling. High Priestess is, so you need to listen to that, you need to trust it. Again, I don't feel like you'll have much doubt. You will know when you sit down with this person, you will know that they're for you or they are not for you. It's quite a lot of high energy around this, maybe because it's a full moon, maybe because of the energy that you're bringing, Samreen. The High Priestess, again, is like I mentioned before when this card came up. The High Priestess is able to see beyond the veil. So you'll be able to read this person like a book. It doesn't matter what they're saying, how they're acting. It's really how they make you feel and what emotionally, what vibes that you are feeling and picking up on. And it's only your job really is to trust that and to keep moving towards what will be emotionally fulfilling for you. I feel like you are, you know, strong and courageous person, so you won't settle. So all you have to do is listen to that strong feeling that I think you'll get, but keep us posted. Let us know on Friday if you can. Samreen says, I'm not feeling good about it, okay, but still giving it a shot to see how it goes. Yeah. Whenever my mum is involved, it's a lot of pressure. Yeah. Well, you have the strength of the High Priestess. Like I said, I think you have the strength, you have the courage to resist this and just keep moving towards what is going to work for you and what is meant for you. And I have a strong feeling that you will have a strong feeling. So it might be like this really like immediately no, I don't want to be involved with this person. This is not right for me. I kind of feel like it might be that, but I don't want to put, it could be that. I'll leave that there, you know. The cards haven't said that. That's kind of my feeling, but the cards have just said you will have a strong feeling one way or the other and you will know straight away. Moonology card. This is nice. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. So something's closing out. A struggle is closing out. Change is on the horizon for you, Samreen. Keep trusting yourself. It will unfold. Like you say, the universe will tell you, will show you the way. All we have to do is listen. Yeah. So then it's like not I understand, Samreen, then it's not a fight or pressure from your mum. Keep us posted. Let us know on Friday. Thanks, Country, for posting. Country says, I would love a Moonology card. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, Seer, thank you for all that you do. You're very welcome, Country. I appreciate you. The energy feels stagnant between the DJ and I. Okay, no fights or anything, just silence for about 5 days now. What's the energy surrounding the connection currently? Let's have a look. What's going on? What's going on? Ace of Pentacles, some kind of new beginning. Time to spread our wings. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles. Okay, then we've got the Devil. I'm wondering, is there anyone else on the horizon that you're aware of, country? The Ace of Pentacles talks about a new beginning anyway, that either this is with DJ, something needs to change, or there is a fresh start that will happen, or maybe, I just hear, because I'd heard the expression kind of spread your wings, I don't know if it's, if there's someone else out there who's coming through for you. Because then this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, new connection potentially, okay, will lead on to movement, change, quite like a kind of full-on period, yeah. Emotionally, a lot going on, busy even in life, a lot going on practically in the 3D. We need to stay centered, we need to stay grounded. I do actually feel it's your choice, you know, if you want to, if you don't feel ready to open yourself up to someone, a new connection, that's free will. But I do actually feel like these cards have come through and saying that this will, you will be presented with this. Because then I've pulled a particular card for DJ and I did get this Devil energy, which is about needing to work on them, really needing to work on habits that aren't good for them. The Devil's all about kind of our own personal toxic behaviours. We've all got them. I mean, it can be a card of addiction as well, but tell you what resonates with that. It can just be almost a habit, though, of, you know, things that we all do in relationships, to ourselves, that aren't good for us, that don't work for us. It can be when we start thinking negatively even and start internalizing and getting ourselves mentally in a bad place. Because I think in the past that I picked up some energy that they were going through some shadow work, some heavy stuff. So maybe they're in the midst of trying to, I feel like they're in the midst still of something heavy, some shadow work, and this is what's causing the distance. The question is, I suppose, how much time and energy do you want to give them? Maybe this is making them too unavailable for you, country. I do feel like that no doubt they will be back, but this kind of issues up until this point anyway, they're still struggling with them, and this is affecting this connection. So you are chatting with someone new, but still early days. I do feel quite strongly that this is a new connection. I mean, if you're keeping that door open, that feels good. Much like, say, with Samreen mentioned about not putting the eggs all in one basket, because I feel like that DJ's energy is kind of stuck in this, the Devil energy spot. I don't know what they're struggling with. Maybe you have got more idea. Maybe they're keeping you in the dark of what's keeping them in this Devil energy, which ultimately, let's say, is still keeping them unavailable to you and this connection. And this feels very different. This feels like some, you know, a new opportunity, a chance to spread your wings, which then will progress and move quite fast. Let's pull your Moonology card. I don't know if you got this last time or this was someone else. Communication is key. And I suppose if DJ is not communicating what is going on for them or where they're at, I don't know if they haven't or it feels like they haven't, then that leaves you in a very like, what can you do with that? There isn't a lot that you can do with that. You can't help someone if they're struggling and they're not telling you what's happening. You know, I believe that you want to be there for DJ as much as you can, but they're not letting you in. I hope that resonated, country. I'm interested to see what that Ace of Pentacles how it will manifest for you. I'm glad that makes sense. Thanks, Anne, for posting. After Anne, we have Jazz. If you want to go ahead and post as well, Jazz. Anne says, what are the person on my mind's true intentions towards me moving forward? And how can I find emotional peace in this connection? And a Moonology card as well. Thank you, Anne. So, Anne, where are we at in this connection? Is this still something that you're working on manifesting? Is this someone that you're in contact with, but it's not progressed to romance? Just so I can provide a more meaningful reading for you. Country says, right, he's not communicating. Yeah. It just leaves, you know, when someone isn't communicating, it's just like, it's hard to move forward in any way then. If you don't even know what you're dealing with. You're welcome as always, country. Keep us posted. So what are the true intentions of Anne's person towards them? Okay. Oh, 2 cards. They are, but look at that, both very indecisive energies here, Anne. They are, the 2 of Swords is needing to make a decision, much like this kind of frog here needing to take a leap one way or the other, a fork in the road. They're at a crossroads. It's an uncomfortable position to be in as well, when, particularly in this deck, because it's, you know, you see this frog who's like precariously balanced on this sharp edge of a knife, and the pain and suffering in a way comes with the indecision. If they could just make a move, and they need to make a decision, I feel like it's almost like a pressure cooker that is building, yeah, that the more they leave it and hang out here in indecision, the more painful in a way for you both it becomes, maybe. And we have this 5 of Wands, which is again kind of an indecisive energy, because that 5 of Wands is about conflict, and I believe this is, we've talked often about the 5 of Wands, how it can be about external conflict, but it can be about internal conflict as well. And that's what I feel like is coming through again for them. One day they feel like they will move forward with this, another day they think no. So it's like this flip-flop energy that comes through, and it causes a lot of emotional discomfort. So how can you find emotional peace? I'll just pull one for that. Jazz, please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. How can Anne find... Oh, there we go, jumping out. Cards are coming easy today for you today, Anne. The Hermit, we must just go within. The Hermit is about going through a period of solitude, really protecting your peace as best you can, kind of almost a card of retreat, really. The Hermit is a time of self-reflection, to find insight, to shine a light. If we think of the traditional Hermit card in the Rider-Waite, the Hermit is shining a lantern on something that is unclear, and how you'll get more answers, or how you will find peace through this period, maybe of waiting for them to come to a decision, is really just to go inside and to retreat. However you do that, it might be physically or communication. I know you're not talking, but somehow to take your energy back. Maybe meditation can help with this. You know, that's about claim it. We can. There's this really nice. I remember a monk talking about how, you know, when we there's always peace inside of us. Whatever is going on, there is always a part of us that it has peace and has calm and has stillness. And meditation really is the key to tapping into that. And then we can kind of allow the chaos and the stuff that is all out of our control, really doesn't really affect us quite so much, because we are tuned in, tapped into that amazing inner calm, which is always there and can't really be touched by others' energy. Actually, I always think it's a powerful message. Let's see what Moonology says. This person's obviously had a very powerful effect on you, Anne. That's a nice, that this card came through earlier. You are good enough. So if there's any feelings of not being good enough, or not feeling worthy or right for this person, then this comes to challenge that, to reassure you that you are good enough, and not to allow this situation to bring those feelings in if you are struggling with that, Anne. I hope that resonated. Okay, so I'm just waiting for Jazz to post. And then we have Kristen, if you want to post as well, just so we can keep things moving. So Jazz, post your question. Kristen, post your question. You're welcome, Anne. So Jazz says, will the bee, Pisces, contact me again for a closure? So I don't do yes, no questions, okay? So will bee, Pisces, contact me again for a closure or things over between us? I'm hoping to find an ending so that I can move ahead. Things feel stuck right now, Seer. Okay, let's have a look at the energy surrounding this question, okay? It will give us insight. Let's have a look how they're feeling about this, okay? Now, this can change. This is current energies, okay? So please bear that in mind. Energies are always changing within us, within the universe. But let's get a snapshot of what they're feeling towards you, towards this connection. And that will tell us about, you know, will you... Whoa, look at all the cards just falling out here. They're feeling defensive, much like this came through earlier. they're still, did we have an argument here where their crosswords said the Seven of Wands is all about feeling backed into a corner, like I say, like a kind of cornered animal snapping at the situation. It can also be, if that doesn't resonate, it can be a different kind of energy that aligns when someone's been very stubborn, okay, that they are like, have made this line in the sand and they think they're right. Maybe they think they still have strong feelings around this. That's all that I would say. So it's almost like not, I feel like a connection is truly over when we no longer care. Yeah, that old saying of, that love and hate, there's not much difference between those. There's a thin line between love and hate. That's what I'm thinking of. And that's what comes to mind here. So there's some anger, there's some frustration, and there's stubbornness, but emotions still run high. So in a way, they are still bothered. They are still, it takes up it takes up their thinking time. It takes up their energy. Yeah. But they're not open to resolution right now. They're not open to resolving this. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, but then suggests that you will get what you want in the end, which is at least some closure from the sounds of it, Jazz, or some kind of communication, because Six of Wands is a card of victory, is a card of success, and it's a card of acknowledgement as well. So maybe that's just what you feel like. It's like this situation, how it went down. It's like that you need some acknowledgement of actually what went on and some clarity and understanding, and that's what the Six of Wands is all about. More wands, you see. It's like the energy is still here. So it's not done with you. This connection is not done with you as yet. So then be interesting to see what they come forward with. But it does say that you will, this, in answer to your question, really does say that you will get what you want. But right now, you're going to have to wait it out, because they'll have to come out of this Seven of Wands energy, because it's just it's too closed off. Yeah. So wait for that to shift. So they may calm down. They may have a shift of perspective. They may feel less, strong-willed about needing to prove whatever they're trying to prove at the minute, and reach out to you and get some communication. Let's see what the Moonology cards say. Your full moon in Taurus message, please, Spirit. Ooh, show the world the real you. So tell what resonates with that, of how that can be in other areas of your life, or it can just be a message about, say, in this situation, if it feels like this, about showing up honestly and being the real you in this connection, and not trying to shy away, just from being open and honest, really, I think is the only way forward in being able to get what you want. Oh, that resonates, Jazz. So Jazz says, like you said, I have given up, Seer, a lot of bad memories and hurt. But there's not, you haven't fully given up, I would say, Jazz, because you still want some closure, and you still want a conversation and some resolution. If you really feel done, then then maybe you don't need that closure. Maybe you don't need to have that contact, that conversation with them. I would say wanting to have a conversation and wanting to talk to someone, talk it through, is still really that hope that you can have resolution of some kind. which sounds like from the cards have said that it is from their point of view that is possible and it is on its way to you. But if you are really done, then you don't even need that closure. You've already got your closure. Okay, moving on. So Kristen, my love, this is for you. Thanks for posting. Gem and Delta, I'll read for you, obviously in order. So Kristen asks, hi Seer, guess what the guy that's silent on me for months just randomly sent me a follow request. I don't know if I should accept it or delete it, because I feel like if he wanted to talk to me, he could, because he has my number. I just want to know his intentions, Sean, how to go forward. Let's have a look, Kristen. It's kind of a sneaky, sly way, isn't it, of trying to make contact. That it's not an upfront, it's a gentle, I suppose they're anyway, I'll shut up and let the cards speak. Spirit, what are their intentions with this? Does it have anything grounded in anything worth paying attention to for Kristen? Oof, this card doesn't want to come out. Oh, they do want to talk to you. They do want to talk to you, Kristen. Page of Swords is all about communication. Reaching out, they've got something to say. The page is kind of like the trying to get the lay of the land, trying to, also they're just trying to figure this out as they go, I think, a bit themselves. And I think that they're testing the waters, really, because I think they maybe have lacked the courage or whatever. This is just their approach. I'm not going to judge them for it. Of if they just directly reached out to you and there was no answer or there was a harsh response, then maybe that would just be too much, if you know what I mean. But by doing this is a very sort of non-committal, softy kind of approach, isn't it? Of testing the water. And I suppose your reaction to this will let them know, will open the door or close the door to them. Okay, so by accepting the follow request, that would be saying, yes, I'm open to talking. If you just leave it, like you do, or delete it, then they'll know it's a no. So, but they would like to talk to you. I'm going to ask kind of, is there beyond, beyond talking, what are their feelings or intentions? Does it go? Is there something valid there, really? It is a bit of a, it would probably be more attractive for them to have really had the guts to maybe put a proper thought out text together. But anyway, this is where we're at, yeah. The Star, so they hope, they still have got a holding out hope that something between you could work out. The Star card is about a wish coming true, having a wish. Obviously, why they've gone silent on you, if there was someone else in the picture, say, for example, if that's ended, if that's over and that's changed and they've come back around to you, and they now do have, it's a major arcana, so I would say that there are some real intentions here behind this. But I don't know how you feel, how open to it. Maybe you will give them the time of day to see what they've actually got to say. There's no harm in that. There's no shame in that if you are intrigued. to see what they've got to say for themselves in a way. Because behind this Page of Swords is a genuine hope and a genuine wish for something to happen in this connection with you, Kristen. And that's where they find themselves now. So over to you, Kristen, really, about if you want to, there's no harm in knowing what they, I suppose it is a bit like giving them another chance. And if you want to go there again, let's see what your moon card is. Ooh, be bold and make the first move. I mean, I suppose in a way they've made the first move, but I suppose I can only take, I've just burned that candle out. That's interesting. I can only take this message of maybe spirit saying, you know, yeah, see what they've got to say. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't with that. Interesting. I might, but I don't think I will make, oh God, how funny. I might, but I don't think I'll make the first move. Spirit says, make the first move. I mean, I think accepting that follower request, it's up to you, you know, is enough. And then really over to them, yeah. Unless you get a strong feeling, you know, that you just don't want to go there. But that's a funny synchronicity there, isn't it? Spirit is saying, go on, give it a go. Keep us posted, Kristen, as always. Let us know what happens. You're very welcome. Jem, my love, this is for you. And then I'll read for Delta. Jem says, hi, Seer. What's coming towards me? I want to know in general what I should be aware of, please, and thank you. So I don't do general readings, Jem, if you want to rephrase that. So yeah, I just don't find that general readings are particularly meaningful readings. It's good to get clear on with tarot, it's good to get clear on your question. And it's important to be clear, and it's important to be honest to spirit and to when talking to tarot, and then it's reciprocated back. Yeah, kind of open-ended general questions, it's yeah, I just find them to be not very meaningful. So in love, so what is your current love situation then, Jem? Are we looking at, again, detail, context? This is how I read. So tell me, are you single? Are you wanting to know who is coming next in love? Are you in a relationship? Is there a struggle there? You know, all that kind of detail. It allows me to connect with your energy. It allows me to interpret the messages that spirit brings through for you. Okay, can you tell me about that relationship? What do you want to know about that relationship? Tell me what do you really want to know, Gem? Okay, we need to, so be intentional about your question. Okay. 6 years relationship, living together with no stability. He has addictions. Okay, that's challenging. So shall we ask Spirit? He can't let go of it. He can't let go of the relationship, or he can't let go of the addiction. Maybe both. So do you want some advice and guidance from Spirit on this, Gem? On all of that? Okay, so there we go. What's blocking to have growth in a relationship? Okay. The addiction he can't let go of. I mean, I would say I will ask Spirit, but obviously it's the addiction that is blocking the growth. Addiction, from my experience with this, with people in my life, or people that I've crossed paths with who struggle with this, it really, really stunts growth, and that we just go round and round the same circle. Yeah, fighting the addiction, maybe failing to, you know, win with fighting off the addiction, etc. But it's very hard when you're probably very aware of this, Gem, but to really build on anything substantial with someone who is struggling with addiction. But you, more than anyone, Gem, I imagine, is aware of this. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Okay, this is interesting. Exactly. You know, like I say, more than anyone, the cycles don't stop, so there's no growth. Now, what you can do, all that you can do, if you, I don't know your circumstances, if you're, you know, not able to leave, or just are emotionally too invested in this, not ready to leave, I get that. There's no judgment here on that at all. But so either way, I suppose, if you decide to stay, if you decide to leave, the Seven of Wands is about having really strong boundaries, and that's all that you can do to kind of have some control and look after yourself, really, Gem. So there has to be some way of trying to, as best you can, to protect your energy. Can you see how this alligator here, this crocodile, I think it's an alligator, is standing their ground and having to be really quite defensive even, and fight really, but don't fight for you really have to fight for yourself. And I suppose this is the best chance that you can give this relationship as well, even if you are going to stay. Not ready to leave because you've got no job yet. Okay, so is the plan to get a job and then maybe leave? So if that's the long-term plan. So if I get this, if we are stuck, if we are trapped, sometimes like it's practical reasons, sometimes it's emotional reasons, it's very, very complex. And I understand that. So what we can do is to, maybe you already have set boundaries, so just hold them very strong. Because the Seven of Wands is like when we're under a lot of pressure, which you probably are in this relationship, that those boundaries are constantly being pushed and constantly being challenged. It's exhausting to deal with that. But nonetheless, we must keep, building a fence, building a wall, and then it might get pushed, it might get kicked down. We just have to keep rebuilding that wall, keep resetting that boundary in whatever way that manifests for you, Jem. Certain things that you won't do, certain things that you won't put up with. Ways can you work on building a life outside of the house, having groups to go to, or other people, friends, family, if you have got that available to you, to start building. If we can't leave, then we can focus our energy on expanding our life outside of that. That can be a boundary. One more, please, Spirit. And then obviously, which sounds like you are, do continue to look for that job if the aim is, the long-term goal is to leave and get out. But I understand that's a process. So I hope that resonates. I hope that makes sense, that 7 of Wands, about protecting your peace as much as you can and doing that through boundary setting. 8 of Wands suggests that there is movement and change that is on the horizon. 8 of Wands, I think when you get this job, or when you have that kind of breakthrough change, it feels like that's the step forward. I feel like things will move fast. We can also work on manifesting opportunities, so manifesting a job or manifesting an opportunity that maybe we can't even imagine. Leave the how it can happen up to the universe, always with manifestation. But if you feel like you want to go but you are trapped, then we can also work on our manifestations. If you practice them, you may already do that, Jem, but I would encourage you to do that as a daily practice of manifesting a solution to this problem that you're experiencing now, of being able to get out. Because I feel like once you do have that breakthrough moment, 8 of Wands is saying that things will move fast and change will happen fast. But we do need that wheel to turn. Okay. Yes, I'm so exhausted with this relationship. Yeah, you will find that job. Like I say, focus on obviously keep applying, which I'm sure you are, but also look into manifestation if you haven't already, in order to bring that through quickly and easily for you, Jem. And well done on doing that, on making those changes. Let's see what your Moonology card is, Jem. This is nice. You and your loved ones are safe. So maybe that's about that you are on this journey to finding a place where you and your loved ones are safe. Take how that resonates for you, Jem. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'm sorry to hear that you are going through such a difficult time, Jem, and I hope that job for you, that change that is needed, comes through for you quickly. Okay. Aesthetic Delta, you are next. I see your question. I'm glad that makes sense, Jem. So let me just scroll back. Oh, maybe it's gone. Aesthetic Delta. I find your question, if it still stands, Aesthetic Delta says, insight into possible new developments for my connection with Nicole as we are on a break. Okay, blocked on Instagram, but trying to reconnect and recover communication through Facebook. Ah, tricky there, Delta. Let's have a look what will go on. Thanks, Delta. Okay, let's go with Nicole. Let's see what's gonna happen. You're welcome, Jem, you're welcome. Ooh. It's okay to keep fighting for this, Delta. That's what this Nine of Wands message is about. After some setbacks, after some challenges, the Nine of Wands is a hopeful card. It says we have got, maybe this is, I want to say that maybe this is a last chance. Maybe you're aware of that. There will be an opportunity. Maybe it'll take some persistence on your side, you know, to win Nicole over if things have gone wrong. Maybe you've made mistakes, or I don't know, obviously the ins and outs of that. Look, we've got the Lovers card on the bottom there. There is still a strong connection here. There is still a lot of feelings here, feelings of love, a deep connection. Major Arcana, the Lovers, yeah. Nine of Wands says it's like we're maybe a bit battle worn, a bit weary. Emotions are running high with it being Wands. But it's almost like this, like in it to win it. We've got to keep fighting, and it's not over yet. And yeah, this is a last attempt, maybe. Okay, that we get the chance. You will get the chance. The 10 says that we get to put this down, this kind of struggle, one way or the other. We go in for another round together to see if we can make a go of this and see if we can make it work. And hopefully it will, because there is a lot of love here. There is a lot of connection here. There is a kind of soulmate connection here that maybe you're aware of, that you feel, which is why you're fighting for it, which is why you can't give up on it. You don't want to give up on it. So yeah, we go for it. We fight for it. I feel like you'll have that chance to make another go of it. And hopefully that we can make a success of it this time. If it doesn't after this, then maybe that's okay to leave this be and get some closure. And that 10 of Wands is putting that burden, you know, it can become a burden at a certain point to try and make something work that we can't. I'm not predicting that that will happen. I'm predicting that you will get another chance with this. But we must fight for it. Worth fighting for because of that Lovers card. But like I say, a kind of a last chance, because maybe you've had step forwards and step backs with this. There's been a lot of maybe attempts that haven't worked. But there's obviously still a lot of... Delta says, I feel like that's why I'm giving it some time. Yeah, ego battles, maybe not giving into being vulnerable, especially on her end. Yeah. So yeah, you'll get another chance. If that doesn't work out, maybe it's okay to walk away then. We've given it enough goes. And if someone's not open, if someone's not ready, there's only so much that we can do with that. But worth fighting for at this point. And there's that Lovers card, which tells me there's a lot of affection and love and bond that is still there and still worth fighting for. Let's see what your Moon cards say. Oh, there we go. Your hard work is paying off. Again, fighting for it. I feel like you know how to fight for it as well, Delta. Maybe, you know, putting in the effort and trying, but not where it goes to the point of overkill or pressure. Like you say, you are giving her space, but also showing that you care. That kind of vibes, yeah? And your hard work is paying off. So this is leading to the next opportunity to give this a go. Keep us posted, yeah? Of how that goes for you, Delta. Okay, and last but not least, we have Geetha, or Geeta. Maybe it's Geeta. Please let me know. We have Geeta, we have Zena, and we have... Is it Aditi Verma? Sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Thank you, Geeta. I want to know who will be my future spouse. Am I now... So I don't answer... I wouldn't do these kind of questions, Geeta, so I don't do yes, no questions. So what I can do is see what's coming next in love for you. I think is the best way to read that. Sometimes spirit will bring through an energetic signature, which is basically gives us the characteristics of your next significant love connection. Okay, Geeta, so let's have a look at that. Ooh, Three of Cups. So this can be someone who is a friend or someone who that you will meet through a friend, through socially. That's where I feel like your next love connection is coming from. So it's important to Geeta to be social and to get out there. If we see this image here, it's like a kind of a celebration. So an event, weddings, you know, this kind of social meetings, yeah, where people are celebrating and having a good time. And I feel like this is where your next connection will come from. Maybe meeting through a friend of a friend, that kind of introduction, yeah? So that tells us how it's going to happen. Can you tell me, Spirit, anything about their personality, their character, so that Geeta can recognize them? You're welcome, Delta. Ooh, the Chariot. So we've got Major Arcana. So characteristics say that the Chariot is someone who this will move quite fast, this connection, okay, Geeta, when it happens. The Chariot is someone who really knows what they want and moves fast. And the Chariot is also someone who doesn't have much self-doubt, or they have a lot of confidence about them, okay? So when they kind of set their mind to something or someone, to say this connection with you, they will make it happen, yeah? And they're not really put off by obstacles, by any kind of difficulties. Really, they just see them as, it's almost normal. It's part of the process. And they kind of have this utmost confidence of making it work. So I think their character will be confident. Maybe they'll be an outgoing character, someone who is very self-assured. Hold your ground with this person as well, so don't be overwhelmed by them. It's okay. Sometimes you may have to temper this person's energy because they may want to move it so fast and you're not ready for that, and that's okay. So you can have your boundaries and set your pace as well. That can be the kind of, there's always a good side and a shadow side of every card, yeah? And your Moonology card, Gita. Oh, how lovely. So your dreams need a practical plan. And what that means to me is about your dream being to, you know, meet your spouse, to meet your next relationship, is the practical side of this is making sure that we are getting out there, say, going on dates, go into these social situations. We can't sort of hibernate or be really reserved in some ways and expect to really kind of, it's difficult to meet someone when that's the situation. We've got to put ourselves out there and step out of our comfort zone sometimes, and meet people, as many people as we can, really, in order to help this person come through to us, and the universe will deliver. I hope that resonated, Gita. Okay, so last call out for Zena and Adita Verma. If you are here, please let me know. If not, I will leave that there. You're welcome, Gita. I'm glad that resonated. Love and light, Gita. Okay, so I don't think there's any more questions. So thank you all so much for joining today's live. I hope the messages you received brought you some clarity, peace, and some inspiration for the days ahead. Remember to always take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your own inner guidance. And I'll be back to Aditi, there we go. For anyone watching, I'll be live next on Friday, so I'll confirm the schedule on Thursday, so look out on the community post for that. And last but not least, I will read for Aditi. Aditi says, "Hello Mom, I want to know why I'm feeling so sudden pull towards my ex suddenly from the last 2 to 3 days. Why am I feeling so drained and lonely all of a sudden?" Let's have a look, Aditi. I'm sorry to see that you are feeling that way, to hear that you were feeling that way. Don't worry, Aditi, I've got your question. I'm on it now. Spirit, why is Aditi feeling this sudden pull? The High Priestess. So there is something going on. The High Priestess is all about our intuition and being connected to the subconscious. So the High Priestess is able to tap into energy fields, okay, Adita? So for example, it doesn't mean that you have to be in connection with them, obviously in the 3D, the here and now, but I feel like that you are picking up on something in their energy field. So maybe they are thinking of you, maybe they are longing for you, and this has tapped into your energy and woken that kind of those old feelings back up. Let's get a read on their energy, okay, to make sense of this picture. I feel like there's some dissatisfaction for them with where they're at, Aditi, okay? This is your ex energy, and the Four of Pentacles is, it's when we can feel quite trapped and feel maybe a little bit suffocated, that they want more. And I think because they're feeling dissatisfied with where they're at now, that's maybe triggered some feelings and some emotions about reminiscing about you and about your connection. And also almost sort of tempted in some ways to do something reckless, which may be to reach out to you, to speak to you. I'm not saying that that's what will happen, but it's like that they're having those feelings and tempted to do that. So I feel like it's maybe, I don't know if you have psychic abilities, Adita, or if you're just very empathic and have a very strong, you know, that you pick up on energy and vibes and are very sensitive to that. And that's why you're feeling what you're feeling. You are tuned in, tapped in to psychic energies, really, Aditi. So try to look after your peace with that, okay? If you meditate, check in and meditate. Try to ground yourself in some ways. You can even do a protection spell if you feel like that this is negative energy that's trying to reach you, because obviously it's got you feeling drained and lonely. So this doesn't feel good, you know, it doesn't feel great. So there is maybe some need to try and protect yourself against these psychic energies. Let's read your final Moonology card for you, Aditi. That one fell out, came out easily. Oh, here we go. Look there. Bang on. Emotions are running high. So I think this is their emotions, your ex's emotions are running high. And I think because you are who you are with these kind of abilities and sensitivities, it's got your feelings up a height as well. So like I said, try to do what you can to ground yourself. Taurus full moon, perfect time to do it. Ground yourself, protect yourself. I hope that resonated, Aditi. Okay, love and light, guys. I'm going to end the live now, but I hopefully will see you all on Friday. Take care, guys.